December, it is the holiday season. So essentially in today's video, we will be discussing shoes to resell in the month of December. Now, if you guys don't like to resell or you even hate resellers, that's completely fine. You can use this video as a guide to know what shoes are going to be the most hyped, what shoes are going to be the most limited, and also if you guys don't like that, if you only like general releases, that's fine too. I'll be talking about some general releases as well that may potentially be going on sale because hey, everyone wants to save a little bit of money. Furthermore, there will also be a lot of updates throughout this month, so if you haven't already, I would definitely recommend turning on post notifications and subscribing. And also guys, just a brief announcement, December 1st, guys, I've mentioned this before, the Discord group is going public. We'll have plenty of monitors in there. Not only that, but of course useful information and of course a community vibe. All that is going to be on this site as well. I will post a link on my Twitter very soon. If I haven't already, feel free to peruse it. But anyway, that's not why you guys came here. Let's stay on topic. For each individual sneaker, I will be mentioning the name of the sneaker. I will show images of the sneaker, the release date, the retail, and of course if they are going to be profitable or not, or in fact if they might even potentially go on sale. Also, if I happen to mention my opinion on how I think the sneaker looks, keep in mind that is irrelevant to the resale prediction. With that, let's jump into the very first release of December. So December 1st, for $110, we have the PG25 PlayStation. I think we all know how well the previous pair did back in February. This, of course, had a lot to do with them being extremely limited. Now, of course, we all know that there was a draw on Nike sneakers for the black pair, but also keep in mind that they released through Foot Locker. So I'm going to show you guys a map real quick of what the Foot Locker map looked like for the previous pair, and now I'm going to compare this map to what it's looking like for the new pair. Now, I know there's not a direct correlation between where they're going to be releasing compared to stock, but there is some type of relationship, so obviously, as you guys can see, these aren't even going to be as close to as limited as the original pair, but that's fine. You have to keep in mind that the retail is still $110. Even though there is going to be decent stock on these, I still would say that they are going to be profitable. Now, are they going to have a lot of profit? Unfortunately, no. It's going to be a little more than lunch money, like I like to call it, but it's still not going to be anything fantastic, especially if you have high tax in your location. So overall, yeah, they're going to be profitable, and I would still recommend going for them because proportionally, it's a pretty good profit margin. Now, moving on, also on December 1st, for $200, we have the OG Ultra Boost 1.0s in bluish purple dropping again. These things were the ones that started all of the Ultra Boost hype, if you guys remember. So pre-sale on these is already at retail for the most part. But most importantly, I wanted to note that the gold, bronze, and silver metal Ultra Boost were another pair that was re-released, and those didn't do too well either. Now, one can argue that even though stock might be similar, there might be more demand for the 1.0, and that's understandable, but still, I would not recommend going for these for resale purposes, but I don't see these going too far under retail, so I wouldn't suggest sleeping on these. Moving on, also on December 1st, for $190, we have the Orlando Jordan 10s dropping. For these shoes, they're going to be personal onlys. Not only that, you could probably find these things on sale after a few weeks of the release. Now, for these next few, I'm going to speed through them because I know you probably don't care too much about them. Anyway, December 2nd, for $180, we have the Ultra Boost 4.0 Miami Hurricanes and Texas A&M dropping for $180. Then the Triple Black 4.0 will be releasing December 3rd for $180. Finally, we also have the Active Red 4.0 dropping December 4th and the Light Granite Mid Ultra Boost dropping December 6th. Now, when it comes to every single one of these sneakers, I suggest going for personal only. And in fact, all of these you probably will be able to find for under retail. Now, I know so far it's looking like mostly bricks, but don't worry, a lot of the good stuff is coming, guys. Moving on to December 8th, for $220, we have the Grails coming back. The Concord Jordan 11s. Guys, we have waited years for these. It is ridiculous. I've wanted this shoe for so long. I know you guys have too, most likely. With this shoe, we're going to be getting the 45 on the back, which honestly, I don't mind at all. I copped these from the exclusive access drop earlier, and I did sell them. And the reason I sold them is because most pairs aren't in circulation already, but once pairs do go into circulation, there's going to be about 1 million or so of them. They aren't going to be profitable, and it's going to be a pretty easy cop. So I knew that if I made a few bucks bucks off of that pair and I sold them, it would still be super easy to get the new pair that's dropping. So again, when it comes to this December 8th release, they won't be profitable. Go for personal only. And I understand that there's a ton of stock on these, but I don't see these going on sale just because demand is so high. So just to be safe, I would recommend paying the full $220, but of course, there's a chance that it could go under retail considering stock is so high, but honestly, I don't mind paying full price for a complete grail. Moving on to December 14th, US will be getting the off-white Zoomfly in black. Now, obviously, we already saw the black and pink release for other countries, but when it comes to US, we only saw the pink release. A lot of you guys might be wondering why this occurred. Well, unfortunately, there were some shipping complications for US, but it's okay. We're still getting these, but it's going to be on December 14th for $170. Of course, when it comes to Off-White and Nike, you should expect to be able to make profit, but like I mentioned in my How to Cop guide for these and the pink pair, you shouldn't expect these to be one of the best Off-White releases, but I can tell you for sure that the black pair will go for more than the pink pair, simply because they're going to have around the same stock, but the black pair obviously will have more demand. Moving on to another December 14th release, we have the entire Doernbecher Collection dropping. There will be 6 pairs in total. I'm going to list them off to you guys. First of all, we have the SB Low by Joey Bates for $90. Then we have the Air Max 270 by Aiden Barber for $150. Then we have the Jordan 15 by Donovan Deneen for $190. The Air Max 97 by Kristen Brown for $170. The Air Force One by Chloe Swintek for $90. And finally, the Zoom Fly by Peyton Fentress for $170. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really wanted to tell you that they'd all be reselling for $1,000 so you'd all buy them. But obviously, that's not the case, guys. They're not going to be profitable. But you do have to understand that the money is going to a good cause. It's going to the Doernbecher Hospital. So if you do plan on buying something this month, if you do have the money, if not, that's of course completely fine. But I would recommend at least considering purchasing one of these. I myself am definitely a fan of actually the Zoom Fly by Peyton Fentress, just because I love those neck breaker shoes, so I'll definitely be trying to pick up this pair. But anyway, moving on, also December 14th, we have the Chicago Crystal One, or you could call them the Spiderverse One because they're dropping on the same day, for $160. Now, I completely understand that this isn't the original Chicago colorway, but you also have to understand that shoes that were very reminiscent of the Chicago One, which weren't actually the Chicago One, have been going for over retail. Now, I understand some of these aren't extremely profitable, but you definitely wouldn't lose money on these. So I would recommend going for these for resale purposes. Specifically, when it comes to Jordan 1, sizes under 10 tend to do the best. Not only that, but they're on a Jordan 1 silhouette. So again, they should be profitable. Of course, for personal wear, you don't want to sleep on them as well. Then finally, the last December 14th release. I know December 14th is absolutely ridiculous. We have the Yebra or Frozen Yellow Yeezy 350 V2 re-releasing for $220. Now, when it comes to these, they are going to be profitable, but you should expect profit to be very similar to what we saw with the Zebras. Now, I understand that demand is far lower when it comes to these Zebras in comparison to the Zebras, but you have to understand that there were already many more pairs of the Zebras in circulation compared to these. When it comes to the Frozen Yellow pair, there were barely any pairs in circulation. So with that, it sort of evens out to some point. So I would definitely recommend sticking to sizes 4.5 to 6.5. Those are going to be your best bet, and you might be able to make a few bucks off of that. Again, it's not going to be significant profit, and also if you have low tax to no tax in your vicinity, even sizes 10 or 9 or any of those common sizes, they should be profitable as well. Anyway, with December 14th out of the way, why don't we move on to December 15th. Starting off December 15th for $190, we are getting the Jordan 3 Mocha. Of course, these haven't released in a very long time, so I'm sure a lot of collectors are very happy to have these back. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the colorway. I think it's a little mundane, but I know a lot of you guys really like them. Regarding resale, though, don't expect these to be profitable. You should expect resale to be very reminiscent of what we saw with the Katrina release, or even the Black Cement release, where they're going to sell out, so I wouldn't recommend sleeping on them, but you're not really going to be able to profit off of any size. Also, December 15th for $160, we will see the Aliali Viotech Jordan 1. Now, unless these turn out to be extremely limited, I'm expecting a similar turnout to what we saw with the Vogue Jordan 3. So for that reason, I would recommend going for personal only, and they also do come in women's sizes. I want to let you guys know. So if you're a man, you want to go 1.5 sizes up. And finally, the last December 15th release, we have the Nike Fear of God basketball sneakers, dropping for a whopping $395. Yeah, I know it's a lot, guys. Right now, surprisingly, demand is really high, which I didn't expect at all. So you actually might be able to make a decent amount of profit off of these, but when it comes to any shoe with an extremely high retail like this, I am extremely skeptical of what the future holds. So of course, as we edge closer to the release date, I'll keep you guys updated. As of now, though, it is looking like you are going to be making some profit off of these. Then, moving to December 19th, we will see the Volt and Black Air Force Ones. Not only those, but also kid sizes in the black pair. You know what that means, guys. Now kids can also take L's on Nike and Off-White. So, of course, yes, these are going to be very profitable, and like always, when it comes to a shoe in a more vibrant color compared to the black color, always the black color does tend to have more demand, simply because it's a more universal sneaker, and stock is going to be very similar, most likely, for both of these. For that reason, I would say that the black pair is going to be going for more, but regardless of that, they're both still going to be profitable, so I would not recommend sleeping on either of them for resale and, of course, for personal wear. Retail is $170, by the way, since I forgot to mention that. Then, moving to December 21st, the Yeezy 350 Static will be dropping in the normal translucent color and also the 3M version for $220 each. Both of these should be profitable, and the reason I'm saying they're profitable is because these are going to be made with different materials than what we normally see with Yeezy 350 V2s, which is prime knit. For that reason, I can't see these being overly mass-produced. Not only that, I do understand that there's also pretty high demand when it comes to these. This might be the first Yeezy 350 in a very long time that we'll see to be pretty profitable in the common sizes, as well as the sizes under 7. But then, December 27th, we will see the Jordan 1 Ugly Sweater. When it comes to this shoe, I would stick to sizes under 10 like I always do with Jordan 1s. I'm not expecting resale to be too crazy on these because right now it's looking like a general release. Perhaps with sizes over 10, you might be able to make some lunch money, but that's about it. Of course, as we edge closer to the release, I'll keep you guys updated because these are supposed to be more limited than the Rookie of the Years were, but I would also say that these probably aren't in as high demand as the Rookie of the Years were. For that reason, it's probably going to be around the same. Then moving on to December 29th, we have the Tattoo Jordan 4 dropping for $225. For this shoe, with that high retail of $225, I would recommend going for personal only, and I would not recommend sleeping on these as I do see these selling out. And finally, on December 31st, the ZX 4000 Futurecraft will drop for $350. Yeah, it's another high retail, guys. When it comes to these, I would definitely not recommend picking these up for resale purposes. I'm expecting a similar turnout to what we saw with the Alpha Edge 4D, which actually I wasn't expecting at all. Obviously, when it comes to the Alpha Edge 4D, I mentioned it before, I am expecting prices to rise in the future, similar to what happened with the gray pairs. But regardless of that, I still wouldn't recommend going for these ZX 4000s since the retail is $350. And the very last shoe I wanted to mention was the Mars Yard Overshoe. This shoe dropped last month, London only, was an in-store release, but apparently we're supposed to be getting the worldwide release this month. Unfortunately, I don't have a date for you guys. The rumor is supposed to be the 11th, but again, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen. Not only that, but we are also supposed to be getting the green Cactus Jack Jordan 4. Now, when it comes to both of these shoes, I'm expecting both of them to be profitable, despite the high retail on the Mars Yard. Looking at the Mars Yard without the overshoe, I really can't see these shoes going for under retail, considering that there is a Mars Yard inside of this overshoe. But anyway, these two shoes, again, I'm not sure about the releases. Apparently, we're still supposed to be getting both of these sneakers. I know there was also a lot of confusion when it came to the green Jordan 4. Sorry guys, I forgot to mention while editing, I just realized that the yellow not for resale Jordan 1 is supposed to be getting the worldwide release in December. Unfortunately, I don't have a date for you. But just like the LA exclusive release, retail is going to be $160. And yes, I'm still expecting these to be very profitable, probably around what the red pair is going for right now. But hopefully we'll end up seeing them. I'll keep you guys 100% updated on every single thing that happens. With that, I'm actually going to conclude today's video. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video or if you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, subscribe and turn on post notifications to stay 100% updated on any of the shoes I mentioned today or any future hyped releases. With that though, I'll see you guys later. Good luck on this month, of course, and have a fantastic rest of your day.
Get your foot off my foot. Ah.
Get your foot off my foot. Yeah.
Why are you always my way, knocking me over every single day. Get your foot off my foot, ah.
Get your foot off my foot, yeah.
I should have run the other way. Now there's just one thing to say. Get your foot off my foot, ah.